in another DJs BrewTube beer review. It's time for me to continue to tap into my German beer drinking roots, and tonight I'm going to continue to do said tapping with a beer from Brauerei Weihenstephaner out of Freising, Germany. And what beer am I going to have from them? I'm going to have their 1516 Kellerbier. That's right, 1516 Kellerbier is a limited / rotating serving kinda. It clocks in at 5.6% ABV and 25 IBUs. For hops in this beer, they're using Hallertauer, Mittelfrüh, I think is how you say it, or Mittelfrüh. I'm not good at pronouncing with the umlaut. Anyways, and Hallertauer Record. Now, Hallertauer Record is a hop that Weihenstephaner has grown on their own hop garden. Now, if you don't know, Weihenstephaner is owned by the Bavarian state, so that's how, this brewery that's been around since 1040 keeps growing and, changing and everything. Well, of course, they've got their own hop yards. And this hop's a really rare hop. I believe last year they only, did like a whole, 1 hectare of that hop. So it's an older, form of Hallertauer that has a lot of spicy notes. At least that's what reading up on this beer told me. Now, also about this beer, it's about sort of like what's in the name, 1516. Of course, that's when the Reinheitsgebot started. 500 years ago. You will recall I did my marathon review session of Reinheitsgebot compliant beers to celebrate said awesome original food purity law. Okay, so what else about this beer do we need to know? Since it's a Kellerbier, it's unfiltered or a bit hazy due to the cold, cellaring that they do. But the style base on this is Marzen. So it's going to be cool to see how the two different Hallertauer hops, react with each other. One's got sort of like lemony citric notes and floral action going on with those caramel notes, and then the spicy notes from the Hallertauer Record. So, you know what? I'm going to stop flapping my gums. I'm going to pop the top on this 1516 Kellerbier and tell you what's up with this lovely new creation from Weihenstephaner. Boom, big hiss off the top, tons of cannon smoke. Let's get it in our little glass here, little Poco glass. I figured that would be apropos. Now this is unfiltered, but they say they centrifuge it to a precise level, so it's not like super hazy or cloudy or anything like that. So you know what? Weihenstephaner is a brewery that's all about precision in their beers. You've heard me mention many times in my reviews of their lovely beers that they taste very precise and they kind of fit that German beer kind of stereotype to a T with its precision. So let's see what's up with the appearance of the 1516. It is mostly clear. It's got a mild haze to it. I watched a video of one of the brewers drinking this beer and they swirled it on the bottom, like you would a wheat beer. I did that beforehand, and it's got a real mild haze, but it's not as crystal clear. It almost looks like a dry hopped IPA, like single IPA that's got a bit of clarity to it, maybe been lightly filtered. We've got a solid 1 finger head that was 1.5 fingers of super tightly packed white bubbles, tons of active carbonation coming up from the bottom. This looks a lot like a hazy, sort of cloudy version of their Oktoberfest or Festbier or Märzen, if you will. So, take a look at that. Lovely, gorgeous beer in the glass. Looks like precision. But let's see what's up with the aroma. I got to see what these Hallertauer Record hops smell like. Lovely honey and caramel breadiness. After that, big floral hops. A touch of spice in the background. If I didn't know it was coming from the hops, I would think it was coming from a yeast ester. A lot of fruitiness in this beer. A very light citric note, not big, but it has like a lot of sweet honey, like you put honey on like a sweet fruit of some sort of fleshy fruit, like some kind of stone fruit. It's got a really lovely, sweet, balanced, floral, like bright aroma to it. Smells freaking delicious. I'm diving in. Zum Wohl, Prost, whatever you want. Cheers. That's tasty. I'm going to have another hit of that. Gorgeous glass lacing. Not a surprise. I didn't see any alcohol labels on this one either, by the way. Not expected at 5.6% ABV. Anywho, right up front, there's a lovely hit of that honey sweet malt that I was talking about. Caramel. After that, The hop sort of comes into the back of the palate. It's got a dry, clean finish. I get a little bit of like lemony citrus, not much. They purport it to be their bigger, but you know what? This isn't meant to be a mind-blower sort of beer, like flavor-wise. They say directly on their, information about the beer that it's meant to be one that you can enjoy more than one of. It's not going to give you palate fatigue. I agree with that. It's really tasty. I think this would accompany many foods quite well. I've had like bigger flavored Kellerbiers, like the one from Sein Erhardt here. Their Kellerbier has a little bit more aggressive flavor, and that's not to mean this is a bad thing. This is a different take on a Kellerbier. This, I think, was more traditionally flavored Kellerbier, even though it was fairly clear as well. Let me take another taste here. Lovely, super easy drinking, precisely made. There's not an off taste at all in this beer. And as I drink it more, that spiciness, they say, that comes from the Hallertauer Record hop, I'm getting that, like, almost, not to the level that you would get in a Hefeweizen or a wheat beer or a wit beer, something that uses that clovey sort of yeast, but a bit of herbaceous sort of spice. But really tasty beer, completely hidden alcohol with a nice medium mouthfeel, just tasty brew. So, what do we grade a beer like this? Right Beer gives it an 83. Yeah, kind of that B- range. Beer Advocates give it an 89. High B+, almost A- range, at least on my scale. And Untapped is giving this beer 3.76 caps, which I guess would be the high B+, A- range as well, kind of like that 89, maybe just a solid A-. I think I'm going to go with, as beers go and flavors go, it's very well made. It's, of course, Reinheitsgebot compliant, that's the name. I'm going to give it an A- myself. I'm going to go with a 91. I think it's very well made, super easy to drink. I would drink it again. I don't know if they're going to brew it again, but their price tag is a little bit higher than some of their other beers, but it is tasty and very well made. Bravo, Weihenstephaner, you know what? They've been around since 1040. You don't jack beers up when you've been around that long. It's just one of those things. So, another one of those things that's really important is that you think globally. I'm taking care of that easily today by drinking my German beer. Drink locally and support the craft beer movement here, there, and everywhere to help this thing keep growing. You know what? Look at this. This is a brewery that's been around since 1040. They're still making new beers. They're still putting new stuff out. That's freaking crazy. Anyways, to the next DJs BrewTube, thanks a million to each and every one of you for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, especially if this is your first time with us, and smash that like button. So until then, I have nothing but a bunch of Weihenstephaner 15-16 Kellerbier drinking love for you. And you know what's coming? That's right. Are you ready for it? Hell yes. A big ass